Hello, kitten. Hello, Woggy. Hello, Wally. Hello and welcome back to Art Therapy with Jen. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be making what's called a threefold friend letter. This is a throwback, y'all. I've opened my binder here, and I have a couple examples here of threefold friend letters I was sent back in the day. I want to think either late 2014 or early 2015. This first one here I received from Beth from Girl Gotta Glue, and then you'll see a more traditional pocket letter set up with the 9 pockets that I got sent from Stacy back in the day, and then another threefold friend letter I was sent from Beth. Y'all will see there, and these are so fun. So this was an idea thought up by me, Beth, Girl Gotta Glue, and then Ashley from Thrifty Chica way back in the day. And this was kind of a variation on the pocket letter craze. If y'all remember the pocket letters like this setup here that you're seeing, you had the 9 pockets and you would stuff the pockets, and super elaborate pocket letters and everything. And the problem that we had was that the pocket letters could get very expensive to ship, and it wasn't like a quick thing. I mean, it was a very elaborate some of the pocket letters were like 5 pounds. It was just amazing to see those come together. And so we got together and we thought, well, what if we did something, we looked at different things, and we found these currency sheets that had the 3 pockets in there that you could fold, and it fit perfectly in a legal envelope. You didn't need any special shipping materials. You could put it in the envelope, stick a couple stamps on it, and send it on its way. And it was just a fun way to think about doing collage, and we had a lot of fun with it. And it was a way to kind of send a quick gift, but a thoughtful gift to your friends. And it's almost like, now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of like the marriage of the pocket letter and the ATC in a way. And so I just thought it'd be fun to do this throwback. So I was sending a little package, actually to Beth from Girl Gotta Glue. I found this cool book that I got on sale for Prime Day, and I wanted to send her a copy as well because it was just really neat. And I thought, how funny would it be to surprise her with one of these old threefold friend letters that we used to make like way back. So I thought we would try it now, and interesting to see kind of how style has changed over the years. So I got my little pieces cut there, and now I'm just going through my stash. And I'm going to be using magazines, but I'm also going to be using like any random little thing I can find, like journal cards, die cuts, fancy junk that I have, old pictures, just going through my stash. This is one of my favorite parts, is just, digging in there. Y'all know I like to dig through stuff, and just trying to find things I feel really goes with her and like her style. She does like really bright, happy colors and things, like vintage things, kind of whimsical, just all kinds of stuff. So it's collage, not in the way you're telling a story, but as like you're collaging for somebody. So if that makes sense, it's like the mix of a card, a pocket letter, and an ATC, but it's personalized, if that makes sense. And it was just fun to do something like this after so long. And y'all saw earlier, so I cut the material to fit in the pockets, and I just used an old manila folder. Usually I use like cereal boxes or like any type of packaging. Somehow I don't have a single cereal box. I think it's because I made templates to build something the other day, and I used all that up, but I had a bunch of these old manila folders, and they're kind of flimsy, but I'm going to be putting cardstock on there as well, so it'll strengthen it up. And again, I'm just going through. I have all these like scrapbooking planner papers and just getting everything together, putting some colors together that I think that makes sense. And now I'm going to take my little pieces back out, and I'm actually going to take some washi tape, and this is kind of like weak, crappy washi tape that is actually really good to use for this. And I'm going to tape the back of these together so that they're lined up and they don't scoot. So when I start doing my collage on the opposite page, if I have things that overlap, they'll line up later, which y'all will see more of that in just a moment. This is just so fun. This is such a throwback to like some of those golden years of YouTube, right? Does anyone do pocket letters anymore? I remember there for a hot minute years ago, like every other video was pocket letters on my feed, and I haven't seen those in a long time. Y'all let me know, is that still a thing? I know that was more in kind of the crafting bargain type community, more so than like the art and things, if I remember right. But I was just thinking about that the other day. That was strange. That was such a huge craze, because people would go to get stuff like on clearance and on sale, and then you can make those epic pocket letters. And here I'm just doing like I do with my regular collage. I'm taking little bits that I saved and seeing them all fit together, and I'm using all these happy cheery colors. Now I like this one I'm putting down there at the bottom, even though it's off camera. Come on, Jennifer, come on. But you'll see, there we go. You'll see there in a moment. It's actually a Yankee Candle top, but it's gold. Because we both used to make a lot of wax videos back in the day. I used to review candles and wax melts and all kinds of stuff like that. And Yankees kind of like an inside thing for us, where we would find, like, she found some epic Yankee deals back in the day, and it was just a neat little memory. I thought that'd be fun to add. And now I'm just adding like pretty colors. Not quite, she likes the bright colors, but I liked all these little pinks and stuff like that. I thought it was fun. And just kind of filling it out and seeing where I want things to go and kind of letting it take place. And I found this cute little sheep, and I just had to put it on there. I don't know why, but it was cute. It was cute, and it belonged on there. That's you know, why not? Oh, I set it aside. It will be coming back on there in a moment, guys. Have no fear. I just got distracted by this cute dog in a raincoat, and we had to attend to that first. And I thought this was cute because she has like the most adorable little dog, like so cute. And then this one's got a little raincoat on, and it's cute, and I just had fun with it. Now y'all will see the struggle here in a moment. So if you're going to do this, make sure that you know where your seams are, because you'll see me desperately trying to push that dog down before the glue dries, because his head was right on the seam, and I didn't really want to have to cut his head in half later. I mean, I'm trying to send a gift here. I'm trying not to send a traumatic event, so I'm trying to send a cute dog, you know, which it worked out. It worked out. You have to be very careful when you're moving magazine around like that, because it will rip like crazy. Now I added this cute little decorative egg up at the top with a bird on there. And there's my sheep. See, dog, he needs a sheep friend, which I think, is that a sheep dog? If so, that fits very well. I'm just adding all these roses around, and it's just, I don't know, I'm like, it's giving me spring vibes. I'm digging it. Hopefully she'll dig it though. That's most important. And I just think this will be neat. Like, I wish I could like see her face when she opens this, because I haven't told her about it or anything, and it's going to be a fun throwback, like whole other age of YouTube for sure. And y'all remember that back in the day? Oh my goodness, I had honestly totally forgotten about pocket letters and things until I started making this, and it's just crazy because they were everywhere. Now I have this little heart-shaped I don't know how to, I cannot say that word with my accent. Doily? Is it doily? Y'all know. And I didn't like how it didn't stand out from the page. So the outer lacy part of it is this light pink, and it was really getting lost with everything else on the page. So first I picked up a piece of white cardstock. I made a marker border around it. It still didn't stand out. Then I was going to try it with this colored paper there to see if maybe that would make it stand out a little bit. Still wasn't feeling it. And I'm just fiddling around because y'all know it's got to be a certain way. So then I decided I was going to take a black marker, and I was just going to kind of grunge up the lace edges on the doily there, and I ended up really liking this. It made it pop. And this is actually, and it's a very important part of the page because this is where I'm actually going to put her name on there. So, and you see, I break out my old Walmart stickers. I used to do a lot of glass etching back in the day, and I would use these stickers all the time as stencils with my etching cream. Like, you would put the cream over it, and then you would pull the stickers away, and it would be awesome on glass and things. So I have tons of these left over. And then I had to break out my gel pen and outline it. Because, of course. And we put the name on there. And I love how that little detail turned out. It's so fun. Like, it's different than doing like an art journal page. Let's take a close look at it here. You're doing a page kind of is a gift for someone else. Like, you're putting a thought into a gift for someone else. So now I'm taking the tape off the back because we've got that there. And I'm just cutting all the parts that came over the edge. Now while I'm doing that, I just want to tell y'all. So if you decide to do this, the sheet that I cut these 3 pieces in, that it slides in at the end, the plastic page, especially if you're using thicker materials, definitely cut it slightly smaller. Because y'all see me have to do a lot of trimming later. So now I have some of this pattern cardstock, and this is going to go across the whole back. So I'm just setting that on there, getting it all good to go. And why I went ahead and took the tape off and cut the front is that if I didn't do that before I put the cardstock on, I wouldn't be able to see where my seams are. So I guess another variation, you could go ahead and make the whole collage and then cut it in thirds later. My brain doesn't work that way, but this worked just fine. And then I just laid the glue to that, y'all, and I left it, I think, for about an hour to dry. So it really stiffened up and it became really sturdy. And now we're going to add some things as well. So I had this lace from this old envelope, or this laser cut like cardstock from an old envelope, and I wanted to do something neat with that, so that's where I started. Putting stuff on either side. I just thought it was really pretty and like unique and girly, so I was it's just, I'm getting into these bright colors, and it's kind of funny because when I was art journaling and doing collage and things back in the day, I like hardly ever use colors. I use so much black and white and all these bland colors, and I was always joking with her that I was like afraid to use colors. I also had this epic like office building or something there that's kind of like pink and purple. I thought was really cute. And then I'm just going around just trying to fill it out. I'm letting it tell me where it needs to go. I found this cute little die cut that I've had forever. It's a coffee cup with scissors in it, and I thought that was funny, you know, for art journaling, collaging. There's a lot of fussy cutting involved. And I found this cool cat, but I didn't like the white border all the way around it. So, speaking of fussy cutting, I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut around that. And this reminded me of the, I can't remember the official name for it. It's like the bunny that was on all the, like, stuff when you went into, like, Hot Topic or Spencer's. And it was like the sarcastic bunny. This cat is going to be like my version of that. Like, it's the cool cat. Oh, gosh. I cannot remember for the life of me what that bunny's called, but hopefully y'all know what I'm talking about. And that was kind of an inside joke as well. And then I'm making this fancy border. I just take a marker and I hold it up and I just kind of scribble around the edges there. This is a very quick way. Like, you don't need all these fancy ink pads. You don't have to put pen on it. Just pick up a marker, Sharpie or whatever marker, and just scribble around the edges. Especially if it has a softer tip, it'll kind of keep its way into a straight line. And there I'm putting my cool cat up there. I thought it was cute. I had to add some type of whimsical stuff to it because she does a lot of that type of thing in her work. I'm channeling my inner Beth. I'm channeling. And then I just found some other cute things like this little hot air balloon. And I'm challenging myself to use different materials because I know in my art journal pages, I don't really like to mix like magazine with die cuts with ephemera, things like that. So I challenge myself sometimes. And I'm just cutting those pieces apart because a lot of those that I used overlapped. I told y'all I have a lot of letter stickers. I have a lot. I'm just going around and making a gel pen outline on the cool cat. Oh, y'all see too, I added sunglasses to him. He's just too cool for school, y'all. Just too cool. Let's take a close-up look at it here so far. This is so girly, it's tripping me out. And now I have stickers that I use in my planners a lot. And I had these really cool ones that are kind of like 80s and 90s with the cassettes and the imagery with it. And I thought it would be so neat to add this to the page because she uses a lot of the 80s and 90s stuff and the retro stuff. And I had these like vaporwave images, which that's not really like 80s and 90s, but I guess it's 80s and 90s inspired. Love vaporwave, by the way. Reminds me of being in the mall back in the day. Which Christmas is coming soon. That means I gotta find that video on YouTube of the Kmart radio, or the Kmart, what they would play during the store when the Kmart used to have its own like music tracks with announcements of blue light specials and stuff. It's on YouTube. And I have to listen to that every Christmas. When I worked at Kmart, they did not do that. We just had the same 3 songs all the time. It was terrible. You just see me there. I found this cassette, and I have this little bubble gum container and little statues blowing bubble gum. And then I put like a Saturn on the building there and a UFO. I'm trying. See, I'm trying to be whimsical here. Now, it's just fun to really challenge yourself sometimes. And I put the cat is holding a Coke there, and then I put the words "nope" to be like the bunny. And now I'm going to flip it over, and we're going to add some stickers to the other side. And then once we add these stickers, we'll do a close-up of both sides. And this is really a fun idea. if you're looking to give like a thoughtful gift to someone that really appreciates handmade, well thought out things, and you're just looking for something that you can like send in an envelope. That was the whole point of these. It's flat enough and not too heavy that you can just send it in an envelope. And it's just a one, like, I remember being so happy receiving these, and we used to send them back in the day. And this is why I got into collage originally, way back in the day, like when I was in middle school and high school, was that I could not afford gifts to give people because, oh my gosh, I don't know how y'all's schools was, but we always had the more well-off kids. Was not one of them. Spoiler. And they would, I remember one girl, she bought all her friends Old Navy zip fleece or hoodie fleece or whatever, that one that was just so popular toward the late 90s. And I mean, there's no way. I remember that though, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, you know, and they were so cool. And so I started making collages for people, and, you know, I worked at the library part-time. I was able to get those magazines, and here y'all will see a close look up at that. My dad had a lot of magazine subscriptions, so I would get images from him. I used to buy, and I wish I still had them, oh my gosh, Teen Magazine, YM was the magazine, or was it YW? YW might have been I can't remember. It was a really popular magazine. That's gonna bother me, but it had all the quizzes in it. Oh my gosh, and J14, but I saved all these images from the newspaper, from, you know, packaging, and I would make these collages for people that would represent them. And like, you know, if I knew they were into a certain show, I would save that from the newspaper when they used to have the TV guide in the newspaper, you know. And y'all remember that, where you had to look to see what was coming on TV, and, you know, make a collage with their name and all these things about them. And, you know, my friends that were going to do certain things after graduation, like travel, I would find all these travel images. I would make these collage posters for them. And this is kind of a form of that as well. Just, I don't know. I love stuff like this. I know there's a lot of people that don't appreciate handmade gifts and things like this, but I don't know. It's just a very nice option, especially if you have like a group that crafts together or something. I think it would just be a really neat gift. If you could find, oh, and we're going to take a closer up look at my words here. Let me tell you my words real quick. I'm rambling on, y'all know. But on the front page, put different forms of creative flair. They see me rolling. They hating. On that little sticker there. And then we have Beth, yay, and don't call it a comeback. And on the back, we have bright idea. Oh, wait, never mind. We're just getting to that. Just kidding. We'll show you the back in a moment. But I thought that little sticker was cool, where it has a little moon rolling around. It says, they see me rolling, they hating. But in my head, I just hear the Weird Al version, you know. Love Weird Al. He's my hero. But anyway. But, like I said, this is just a fun thing to do. It's also a fun little project as well. And it's not that like big a canvas. You can try out different things. There are no rules other than at the end, kind of the test was, can you fold it and fit it in an envelope? So I remember that, and we'll try that later and make sure that it will fit. It will fit. I actually put this in here with the packet, or with the book that I'm sending, and I wonder if she's gonna be like, what is this? But it's just fun. It's just, this was so neat for me to do, because it really threw me back to when I first started doing this kind of thing. So now let me tell y'all what the back says. So it says, bright idea, imagine, illuminate, and inspire. And then what's old is new again, because, you know, the 90s and the 80s are back. And then over there at the building where I put the UFOs, Close Encounters. So I thought that was neat. So now we're going to go back to what I was talking about earlier, where I said, make sure you make that a little bit smaller or a little bit skinnier than what it needs to be. Or once you add all your stuff on, you're going to have trouble fitting it in there. So y'all going to see me trimming, gosh, probably a 1/16 of an inch. It wasn't much. But just making sure that it's all going to fit in there. And I have to be really careful, because if your stuff isn't glued down well, you don't want it peeling up trying to go in there, which I didn't have any problems with that whatsoever. So thank goodness, right? And it's also really neat once it goes in there, and those parts that kind of hung over the different segments there and how they fit together. I was just happy. It was like it was a throwback, like I said. Some fun memories in there, some inside jokes in there, and it was just fun. Y'all see there, it folds. It folds, so that's good. And I got that top part a little loose, so I'm actually going to snake and put like a tiny piece of invisible tape at the top in a moment. Yeah, y'all see me there. And it's not actually going to hit the collage piece because it's shorter than the top, so it shouldn't hurt anything. Yeah, I'm just so happy with how it turned out. And these were also, another thing was, they're already ready to go, so you just get them and you put them in your binder and you just keep them, and it's not a pain to store. It doesn't take up very much room. It's easy to ship. They're just so fun. I don't know why we stopped doing these. Oh, I remember that was those years where, like, I got sick. I think we both had a lot of stuff going on in our lives. I think all three of us did, and it was just something that just crazy times. But let's see if it fits, y'all. Let's see if it fits. Boom. Success. There we go. And then if I was sending it off this way, you just put on the addresses on there and a stamp or two, whatever the postmaster says, and it's ready to go. It is ready to go. Well, thank y'all so much for watching. I know this was a different type of video than my usual one, but sometimes I like to get my craft on, you know. I love arts and crafts, just something fun and a throwback to a different time in YouTube, and years before I started this art channel, when I used to upload intermittently little arts and crafts videos on my old channel. It was just neat to see, and kind of to see how, like, styles have changed, and I don't know, it was neat. It was neat. I enjoyed it. Well, it's really late here, and I still have half a mug of coffee to go. So I guess I'm going to get off here, y'all. I hope y'all are having a fabulous December. Hopefully this will be a really great holiday season for everyone. And yeah, thank y'all so much for watching, listening to me just ramble on. And y'all have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.